Hi guys, as some of you are aware, you've seen this in previous videos. This is where we join together the two IBC containers. These both contain 1,000 litres each, which I think totals around about 800 gallons or something like that, something silly. They've been joined together with PVC fittings that you would use for waste pipes or whatever the case being, and a rubber hose tubely clipped onto the actual thing, so it's a nice sturdy thing. What this does, allows us to collect water off the shed. It'll fill this one, but in turn they both come off level. As some of you are aware, we don't have any water at all on the plot, and everything that we use has to be either captured or brought in. Obviously we don't want to be bringing loads and loads of water in, so we have to lug watering cans full of water all over the plot and everything else, and it was a hard thing. So this video is going to be a little bit about how we're now doing it, and we're now using a little 12-volt pump. It's a bilge pump. Okay, we did have a smaller one which was pumped 1,100 gallons an hour, but it just didn't cut the mustard. So we've upgraded the pump to 3,000 gallon an hour. It's a fairly chunky pump, and we've got quite thick hose. There's 32mm hose coming off it, and we needed to get all the way down to a 13mm hose, so we've stepped it down. That does take some of the power out of the pump, but it's still more than adequate. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the pump in, and then I'm going to go through the rest of the system. But we literally just put the pump in over the top of the IBC container, and I'll get the camera and show you now. Okay guys, as you can see, we've got a little square hole cut out of the IBC container here. That just allows us to get this pump in, and we literally just feed it in like so. Whoops, it's a bit hard one-handed. Bear with me 1 second guys, I'm going to put the camera down while I do it. Okay guys, if I lift this, you can now see the pump is in the water, and it's just a case of just dropping it down into the water. Just come out here. Okay, so we've got the reduction in pipe down to 1/2 inch from 1.5, so that does slow the water down, and we've got our electrical cable. In here then, we've just got a 12-volt battery, and we've been using this now for 4, 5, 6 days, something like that. Watering, and had no issues at all. It hasn't run out on us yet, and we can just charge up overnight if we need to. We just stick the plug on, as you saw a spark then, and you should, I don't know if you will hear it, but you should be able to hear that running in there. And obviously we've got a full length of hose, which also slows down the water pressure, but there we go. It's enough for us to do our watering. At the moment it's pushing all the air through, but it's more than enough for us to water everything. Speeds up the whole process we've got of watering the polytunnels and things like that. You'll have to excuse the videoing, I'm trying to do it while water. There you go, now you'll see it's blowing all the air out the hose now, look, and it should run fine now in a second. There we go. Obviously where it's pulled out of the tank in the night, air gets trapped in the hose, but there we go. So now we're getting a full whack. It would normally be more powerful than this, but it's not, for the simple reason being it's not because of obviously we've reduced it from 1.5 inches down to 1/2 inch. But this is our watering system. So I'm just going to stop there a minute. The other one we had, which we were talking about earlier on, was this. This was the pump we were originally using. It's a small little bilge pump. The other one's a 3,000 gallon bilge pump. This was 1,100 gallon bilge pump. Again 12 volts, but it just wasn't capable of doing the job. So if you're thinking of doing this and you guys got no water on site and you're thinking of doing something similar, don't buy this one off eBay. Okay, it's just not capable. You need 3,000 gallons to come through a whole length of hose because of the frictional loss and things like that. The other thing I wanted to point out, guys, while I'm here, chillies are starting to do really well. As you can see there, look, we've got a chilly there. We've got another one in the back there. I don't know if you can see it. But there seems to be chillies forming all over the place. There's chilly there. There's little chillies on the top of this one. We've even got small chillies in these sort of plants as well. So, you know, hopefully we'll get a bit of sun now over the next few months, and we should get some really nice chillies. Our tomatoes are miles behind, but I'm not bothered. We'll deal with them as we come to it. I just got to start getting this stuff out into the ground because it's suffering because of it. Anyway, guys, that's the watering system. For those of you who haven't got any water on site like us, I really strongly suggest you do it. It makes life so much easier. Just disconnect the one lead, and we're done. All we've got to do is lift it out to the tank, and for that it's just a case of lifting it up, just like so. It's a bit hard one-handed then because I'm stood on the floor. Bear with me 1 second. Okay, there we go. And just whack it in your polytunnel out of the way, and you're ready to fight the next day. So that's the watering system. It's quick. With it being on a whole hose, we're able to get right around the plot if we need to. We've linked the ABC containers together, which is now fed off the shed there. So, you know, it does make a really good system. Anyway, thanks for viewing, and we'll speak to you soon.